Welcome back to another episode of the Washington Nationals MLB 26 franchise. We wrapped up season 1 with a 55-107 season, and now it's time to get into this offseason, see if we can improve this team, even just marginally, get these young players we drafted into the organization, put them at the right levels, and see how they progress up and how quickly we can get them to the major leagues. And I'm going to click Advanced Day here, and we are going to have to replace our manager and farm director, which we knew already. And Miles Michaelis retired, which I expect him to. There we go. Chris Bassett retired. Kenley Jansen, Justin Verlander, Anthony Rendon finally retires. McCutchen, a lot of guys. Quintana, Darvish, which he did in real life. Anybody else down here that's not on a roster? Go as quick as we can. Don't see anybody. I'm not going to keep scrolling. Okay, we're good. And Kenley Jansen and Justin Verlander make the Hall of Fame. And we need a new manager and farm director. Don't think we can afford Dave Roberts. I know we have a ton of money, but he's not going to come manage us. Fielding, power, durability, and home runs. Definitely want one that has a bunch of positives. That's all speed. There's power. Nope, no blocking. I think our best bet is going to be this guy right here. So durability keeps him healthier. Fielding improves our defense across the board. Always want that power, and home runs per 9. All right, let's see how long he can. Let's see. We're going to push this up to 7.5. Get this for, let's go 7 years and see what he says there. And we need a farm director, so let's go do that. Roberts is not going to be there. We got the farm director takes care of your minor leaguers, so you want to do stats that are going to help them across the board. Vision, discipline, speed, and break. That one's not bad. Power's only 1. Strikeouts, home runs, and Ks. Power, control, discipline. I don't need blocking. Yeah, I think I went this Andrew Cleary guy. Let's go ahead and make him an offer, and we're going to push that up to 1.8 and go. Let's just go 9 years to make him the same as our other guys that we signed last year. And we'll advance and see what happens there. Trevor Williams and Drew Smith are guys that are exclusive free agents, and we don't want either one of these guys. He is 33 years old. He has a B potential, but we can find better than him. He's not going to grow very much. By the time he's up into the 70s, he's going to be 35, 36, going to be looking to retire anyway. So we'll let these two guys go as free agents and move on. And the hitting coach went to the Brewers. Okay. We did get the farm director. And it doesn't look like we're going to get much in the way of power. So we're going to go use these vision and discipline. We can always use help there that keeps us from striking out too much and helps us walk. And speed might help us on the base paths. Not ideal, but we'll go with Aguiar, and we're going to go only with 5 years, and we'll kick that up to $6 million. See if he comes in. We did get our farm director, though. And he accepted, so we got our new manager. So he's going to affect all of our guys at the major league level with those 4 ratings. This guy helps all of our guys in-game for power, discipline, and clutch. He affects our pitching in-game. He affects our fielding in-game. He also affects our fielding in-game. And he takes care of all the guys down in the minor leagues. And let's get a first look at the free agent class. Not going to be going out and offering these guys big bucks. Tarek Skubal looking for $44.5 million per year. Peralta, $41. Woodruff, $35. And he's 34 years old. Chisholm's a free agent. Bubic wants $32 million. Morihone wants $12. Anybody else that's reasonable up here? They're all in the 20s. Let's go to all free agents. Let's scroll down to guys that are going to be in the 70s. Go to pitching. We need pitching. These guys down here, a little more reasonable price. May was the only one in the 20s that I saw. So I'll have to take a look here. Relievers, we're going to need some more relievers as well. And I got a bunch of Bs here in the low 30-year-olds. Here's Gratterall. Doesn't strike out a ton of batters, but he always pitches well in a sim. know if I want to pay $6 million for a setup guy. What we got closing wise? Santana wants 13. We've used Jimenez in the past. Pete Fairbanks, he's 33. 27 for Michael Johnson. All right, what do we got at first base? Yandy wants 11. I want to bring Lowe back. Castle's 30. 26, and he's only a 63. So there's not much at first. What do we got at third? Suarez, Bohm, he's 30. He wants 14.5. Castro's 29. Only wants a 2-year deal. He's a backup, can help us everywhere. I don't think he'd be a guy we would definitely want as we get closer to being at least a wild card team, but we're not even close. So it's kind of wasted money if we go after him. Right field. Yeah, these guys are all 30 plus. So, all right. Well, that's our first look at that. I'm going to go in there and look at the guys, especially look for non-drafted guys that are C and B potential, see if we can upgrade the bottom of our organization. And tendering contracts, I'm going to offer James Wood a extension, long extension. The other guys, we're just going to probably renew them. We only have 4 guys for arbitration, and Josiah Gray, I'm probably not even going to tender him. We're just going to let him go. Same thing with Riley Adams. We'll bring back Parker and probably bring back DJ since he's only 26, but the other 2 can go bye-bye. Right now we're sitting at 96. If we let those 2 guys go, we drop down to 94, so we only got to really cut 1 guy to get us down to the 93 limit. And I'm strongly considering, where you guys get too far, I'm strongly considering Tom McVeigh. He's got great defense, but he doesn't have a great arm. Need to work on his power. And at 6'3", 199, I'm either going to move him to first base because we need a first baseman, or James Wood would go to first base because he's 6'7", 234 pounds. He's never played first base, though. I went and looked it up. So that would be kind of wasting that strong arm, but he doesn't have the greatest defense anyway. So that is a strong possibility. We'll have to see how that goes. It's not unrealistic. I mean, he is 6'7", so that's what happens when bigger first basemen get longer in their career, but he's only 24. But I'm letting you know ahead of time what's on my mind. And if we keep McVeigh, it would let us play McVeigh at DH, Cruz at right, Young in center, and Lyle in left, with Wood going to first base where his power bat would fit in perfectly, and give us a pretty good infield outside of third base. We can work on third base in the draft or trade, and Chaparro then can go back to being a backup. He does have third base as a secondary, just doesn't have a strong arm at all. All right, I'm going to go ahead, go in here, tender contracts to all these guys, and see if we can get James Wood signed to a longer extension. All right, we got all of our guys renewed, and the ones here at the top we're offering extensions to. Weimer, Luckham, and Ortiz I cut, so once I advance today, they will go bye-bye. But Wood, we're offering him 5 years, $114.85 million. Brad Lord, 3 years, $20 million total. Nasim Nunez, 3 years, $14. Dalen Lyle, 5 years, $29.5. And Dylan Cruz, 4 years, $37. So trying to lock these guys up for a few years. Cruz actually plays better in the sim than I expected, so keep him around. Great player to have in right field for right now. Lyle can take care of left. And Wood, like I said before, he's either going to be DH or he's going to move to first base. And Lord's one of the best, highest rated pitchers we have, so we'll keep him around until we get other guys developed, and Nunez is a good backup. So hopefully we can lock these guys down. We don't have to worry about offering them arbitration or anything else like that down the road. Also, DJ Hers and Mitchell Parker, we offered them extensions instead of arbitration. If they take them, great. If not, then we'll offer arbitration later. And we saw Roki Sasaki out here on the trade block, and we're going to go ahead and make an offer. They need relief pitcher. They need third base. And we don't have a left fielder we want to trade him, but we do have a young starting pitcher, and Yarlin Susanna we could ship over there. So we're just going to take a shot in the dark and see if this goes through. If it doesn't, okay, that's fine. But I wanted to see with this new trade system what it would take to get Roki Sasaki. And we made some minor moves on the free agency side. We released T.O. Banks, center fielder, added Anthony Skull in place of him. Released Murphy Staley, brought in a younger Ryan Spikes, who has much more position flexibility and also brought in a younger catcher. He's going to be topped out. He's not going to have the greatest upside, but we want a younger guy that can just sit there and use as our 7th catcher in case somebody gets hurt. On free agency, I identified guys that I want to go after. Need to work on the bullpen specifically. Gratterall, I know he's going to pitch great. You can see his ratings right there. Really good hits per 9. He's not going to strike out the world. Great control, great clutch. And you can see his numbers there. He's always had good ERAs, good hits per 9, and doesn't give up a ton of home runs. So we're going to go after him as one of our setup guys. Pete Fairbanks, going to go after him as well. Mostly, you want to have 1, a true closer, but 2, we can ship him off at the trade deadline. Since he's not signing a multi-year contract, we can send him out at the break if we need to for prospects. And Pete, remember him from my Tampa Bay Rays franchise, has excellent clutch, higher than normal control. Everything else is really good. And like I said, just use him for 1 year. And then Ryan Mountcastle, going to put an offer on him, see if we can get him to play first base for a couple years till we figure out the position. Great contact vision, clutch, discipline's a little bit lower, has a great arm, and not that it matters at first base. Well, accurate arm, put it that way. Passable power and really good defense, and just need more people that can put the ball in play on a consistent basis, and see how that goes. And I'll come back and let you know how we do on each one of these guys when we get some feedback. And the Dodgers accepted our trade for Roki Sasaki. Holy cow. I did not expect that, but we just got Roki Sasaki for Jarlin Susana, Brady House, and Clayton Beater. So now we're going to have to go find a third baseman. But we have a young stud starting pitcher for the rotation. Great clutch. Got to work on his control, but hits and strikeouts per 9 are good. Stamina is a little bit on the lower side, but he is 25 years old. And what's his contract? Renewable. So we don't have a big fat contract to pay, but we just got Roki Sasaki. I'm stunned. I just put it out there to see what it would look like. And there we go. Not going to lose much in that part right there. So we lose Brady House. We'll have to go find someone to play third, but didn't put up really big stats anyway to begin with. So, wow, we got Roki Sasaki. And you can see there we went ahead and renewed Roki for 1 year. We also got Nasim Nunez on that 3-year deal. We got the extension done with James Wood, 5 years, 114. Dylan Cruz, 4 years, 37. Mitchell Parker signed to avoid arbitration. Got Lyle and Lord as well. And re-signed DJ Hers. And there we go, Roki Sasaki. Unbelievable. On the free agent side, we can now offer Ryan Mountcastle a contract. 2 years at 7.8. Push that up to just 8 and see what happens. And we got to wait on Gratterall and Fairbanks. And because House got traded out, we're going to move Orelvis Martinez back to third base, and he may even make the team. Great defense, really good speed, and pretty level hitting there. So we might give him a chance in spring training and see if he can handle the job at third base till we find a long-term solution. And Warming Bernabel also has third base eligibility, played there with the Rockies. Doesn't have as great a defense as Martinez, but we may have to move him back and give him a shot as well. Third base is going to be a revolving door until we figure it out. And Ryan Mountcastle has said no for the moment, so we'll have to update that offer to him. Jazz Chisholm, the first big signing, goes to the Red Sox, 7 years, $158 million. And Tarek Skubal goes to the Padres, 8 years, $393 million. My goodness. And we push that contract offer to Mountcastle up just a touch over 8. See how that works. And Fairbanks, we can offer him now. He wants 1 year at 8.7. We'll just offer it and see what he says. And we're still waiting on Gratterall. And Brandon Woodruff goes to the Diamondbacks, 3 years, $107 million. And we need to finalize our 40-man roster. And if we're going to consider Martinez at third, I need to go ahead and throw him on the 40-man right now. And Pete Fairbanks signs with the Nationals, so he'll be our new closer next year. That'll move Granillo back to setup role, so we have a closer for at least half the season. Welcome to the team, Pete Fairbanks. And Dennis Santana goes to the Red Sox. And because of budgetary constraints, we only have $2.65 million to spend. We lost the ability to bid on Mountcastle and Gratterall, so I'll have to find a cheaper option. Maybe I'll go look at third base, and we'll just go with Chaparro again at first base. And we rounded out our roster signing free agent, young player Peter Tanana, 1 year, $60,000. And rounded out the bullpen with signing Greg Weissert, 2 years, $4.2 million. That gets us up to 93 players. And it look like we are set to go. And we'll just go with a committee at third base. Martinez is on the 40-man roster, so he'll be up first. Tania can play some third base. We also have Chaparro, who could play some third. Bernabel would have to go on the 40-man, but he could play some third. And I believe Nunez can only play second. Garcia can play first. So we'll figure it out. If we have to make a deal during the regular season, we'll do it. But my signings have really constricted our budget with the extension for Wood. So once we start winning games, we'll start bringing in more money. And we'll be able to go after some other guys. But we're going to stick with the young crew right now. And hopefully the bullpen additions will give us more stability. And we won't blow some games that we were leading in the middle innings. So looks like that's going to be it for changes to the team. I still can't believe we got Roki Sasaki. I was just putting a feeler offer out, and we got him. So there we go. And I'm going to offer one more trade just to see what happens. We need a real third baseman. Boston already has Caleb Durbin along with Marcelo Meyer. And if you look what they need a catcher. They don't have a catcher right now. And if they want to take Keibert Ruiz for Marcelo Meyer, we can slide Harry Ford up to the major leagues and let him start his major league career right now. We would get cheaper, younger, and solve our third base problem. I don't expect this to go through, but I certainly didn't expect the Roki Sasaki trade to go through either. Yeah, we're giving up a good bat there. But if you look at Meyer's bat, it's not much off from what Ruiz is. And Ford is going to be a better bat and defense than what we could run out at third base. So we're just going to go to the dartboard, throw a dart, and see if this one sticks in the center or not. And they immediately reject it. So they wanted more than Keibert. Although they do need a catcher, it was worth a try. You never know with this new trading system. So Freddie Peralta goes to the Yankees, 8 years, $378 million. Chris Bubich goes to the Orioles, 5 years, $158 million. Now it's draft lottery day. You can see we are number 2 on the list. Colorado, Washington, and the White Sox all have the same odds for the first pick. Cardinals are in at 4, and the A's are at 5, the only ones that are 10% or better. So let's hit simulate and see where we pick in the next year's draft. And boom, there we go. We jump up to number 1. Cardinals move up to 2. Rockies drop down 2 spots. The Giants, over 500 team, move all the way up 13 spots to number 4. Biggest riser, my goodness. But we move up 1 spot, get the first overall pick. That'll make things much easier. We can just look for the best player and go. So there we go. Kevin Gossman goes back to the Blue Jays, 2 years, $59 million. And now it's Rule 5 draft day. We're just going to look and see if there's anything out there we possibly could use and basically get them for free. If not, no big deal, but it's worth taking a look. Wow, the Rockies get John Kenzie Noel. Could have used him at first base. If there's anything pitching-wise, don't see anything there. Yariel Rodriguez doesn't have the greatest control. Everything else is pretty good. Abraham Toro can play first, second, and third. Really good bat, especially against lefties. Doesn't have the greatest power. Good vision, clutch, disciplines a touch low. Decent defense. He's a possibility. Hey, the first baseman that we tried to trade for, is that him? I believe so. That's the guy we tried to trade for. Cubs wouldn't give him to us. Discipline's terrible, though. Yeah, he's not a good hitter. Ryan Clifford? Holy cow, Ryan Clifford, terrible discipline. Vision and clutch are touch low, but he's got power, can play defense. Ryan Clifford would solve our first base problem. He's only 23 years old. All right, he's at the top of the list right now. Max Anderson, 25-year-old B potential second baseman. He plays second, short, and third. Has the arm to play third. Not a bad hitter. All right, he's on the list as well. So Ryan Clifford, Max Anderson, Brock Wilkins, not bad. Pretty level bat. Discipline's not the greatest. Good defense, though. All right, we have 3 options. Ryan Clifford, I think that's our pick. We're going to take Ryan Clifford to get first base filled right there, and we may come back for one of these other third basemen, Wilkin, or if we take Anderson and move him to third. But I'm not going to pass up a power bat like this. Ryan Clifford, welcome to the team. Brock Wilkin is still sitting out there. The other guy gone. Yeah, second baseman's gone. Yeah, I like Wilkin much better than Martinez, at least as another option. So we're going to take Brock Wilkin to play third base. All right, we're full and done. So we get a 23-year-old first baseman that can play left and right field as well. And good power bat. Just got to work on that vision, discipline, and clutch. We can train that up. And yeah, there we go. I'll take Ryan Clifford. Chaparro, I know he doesn't have the greatest arm. He may have to play some third base. But we also have Brock Wilkin going to take over. You can see him and Orelvis about the same. A little bit stronger arm on Wilkin. And we'll have a two-headed monster and try and figure it out from there. Tanya is in here as well. Not as good a fielder, though. He's more of a middle infielder. But, yeah, we got to cut a couple of guys. I'll do that. And then we are done with the offseason and ready to move on to spring training. Nico Horner goes to the Dodgers, 7 years, $153 million. Trevor Rogers to the Tigers, 5 years, $160 million. And we have a couple of new scouts this year. Our number 2 scout, the one that was scouting pitchers, just disappeared. So we had to find a new one. Found Thomas Hamilton, 97 efficiency, 96 pitchers. And we had Matthew Marsh with 98 efficiency, 95 pitchers, 92 position. And I wanted to push that over to 98 on position players. Dropped a touch on efficiency, not much. Don't lose much at all on pitchers, and make a 6-point jump on position players for the exact same salary. So that's our scouts for season 2. And we have reached spring training. I'm going to hop in and play some games and get to see some gameplay. Definitely want to see Ryan Clifford, Brock Wilkin, a little bit of Harry Ford, and some of the new pitchers we have. This will be the lineup we're rocking. Hopefully the computer will leave it alone this year. Against right-handed pitching, Clifford's going to start here. He only has 42 clutch, so he might get swapped out by someone else like Cruz or Lyle, but that's where he's going to start right now just to see how he does, especially against right-handed pitching. Against lefties, Chaparro will come in. He doesn't have the greatest clutch either. Leave Lyle down there. And we're going to let Harry Ford play almost all of spring. We don't need to see what Keibert Ruiz does, and I want to see more of Harry Ford. On the pitching side, Brad Lord's going to come in at number 1. Roki's going to slot in as number 2. We have Andrew Alvarez, a rookie, 73 overall. He's got really good clutch, really good per 9, especially against lefties. And we're going to give him a shot this year. Let him come up, make the team, as long as he doesn't get hurt or totally implode in spring. Cade Cavalli came up at the end of last year, pitched outstanding. He's going to be in the rotation. DJ Herr is going to slot in here at number 5. We also have Griff McGarry. We had him as a real 5 last year. Let him throw some long relief. Mitchell Parker is also competing with hers for that last spot. Got a rookie in Luis Perales as well. And then our bullpen of Lucchese, Granillo, Weissert, Poulin, Beeks, Kopech, and Fairbanks. The rest of these guys are just taking up space, to be honest with you. And some of them will be removed off the 40-man roster at some point this season, I'm sure. And the first game is going to be against the Cardinals. They have Casey Mize now. Okay, so we're going to hop in here and play this game against the Cardinals. First game of spring. And we're going to player lock on Clifford, Wilkin, and Ford. Everybody else we're just going to quick manage for, but we can get 3 guys highlights worth in one game alone right off the rip and go from there. And I'm sure you'll see more of that and probably see some of our pitchers too. But Roki is not starting this game. We will let you see his debut with the Nationals in the next game. So let's hop into this first one against St. Louis. Here we are, Baseball City. First game for both teams in the Grapefruit League down here in Florida. Rocking the red today, so let's hop into this game. And as I said, Casey Mize on the mound for them. That's his record last season. All right, CJ in the leadoff spot. Draws a walk. Steals second. Garcia grounds out. Wood singles. It's 1-0. And now let's hop in and watch Ryan Clifford make his debut with the Washington Nationals. All right, big, tall, left-handed bat. Give us some much-needed power in this lineup. First pitch to him. Swings and misses on the fastball right down the middle. And I'm not sure if he's going to stay with number 88. We'll adjust all that good stuff before opening day. 1 on, 1 out. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that's strike in the inside corner. Clifford down on the count 1-2. for a pitch drive somewhere. Here's the pitch. And it's a little tapper to short. Wynn's got it, throw to second for one, relay to first, and they get him. Big, tall guy. He's not very fast, though. So 6-4-3 double play, and they're out of the inning. But we do get one run in the inning on the RBI single by James Wood. He can go to bottom of the first, and yeah, this is that stupid analytics lineup with Herrera batting leadoff, not Weatherholt, not Wynn, our catcher. Singles, fielder's choice, double play, go to the top of the second. Lyle pops out, Young singles, Cruz with a walk, and now we get to see Brock Wilken make his Washington Nationals debut. We're actually going to watch, unless he hits into a double play, we're going to watch him and Harry Ford right now. All right, Brock, see what you can do. Going to get your shot at the major league level right here. Here's the first pitch to him. That's a ground ball to first base. Throw to second for one, relay back to first, and there you go. Another double play ends an inning. Not having any luck on these player locks. Still up 1-0 after 1.5. All right, bottom half. Foreman lines out. Pajes strikes out. Wynn triples. Weatherholt flies out. Now we go to the top of the third. Harry Ford leading off. Let's hop in and watch this AB. All right, Harry, got to see you hit your first major league home run in last episode. I'll take that pitch in the inside corner. I was trying to give him the starting job if we could get Marcelo Meyer, but Marcelo Meyer. I keep wanting to call him Meyer. I'm sorry. I know it's German. It's Meyer. Ford down on count 1-2. Here's the pitch from Mize, and it's going to be a high fly ball into left field. Nootbaar chasing it back to the track in front of the wall. Leaps, and it's gone. Wow. That was just a pop fly that just kept carrying. I thought Nootbaar was going to get it on the warning track, and next thing you know, he's leaping and it's over his glove, and we got a home run again on camera by Harry Ford. Wow. See this replay. Just a towering shot. I knew it was going to stay fair. It was too far to the right of the foul pole, but looked like he was going to have it. All right, that'll bring up Abrams now with nobody on and nobody out. Up 2-0 now. Pops out. Garcia with a solo shot. It's 3-0. Ground out by Wood. Let's watch Ryan Clifford one more time. Actually, you know what? We're going to bat with Ryan Clifford. See what I can do with him. Takes a high strike. Grounded out that first time. Actually, it was a double play. They should just say double play, not ground out. 2-2 count. Nobody on, 2 out. Up 3-0 here in the third. And it's going to be a ground ball up the middle, and Weatherholt knocks it down. And Clifford's going to reach, so he gets his first hit as a member of the Nationals. There we go. Doing the dance at first base. Now bring in Lyle with 1 on and 2 out. Fielder's choice. We go to the bottom of the third. Ground out, ground out, ground out. Top of the fourth. Dustin May comes in. Walk, fly out. Fielder's choice. Accidentally simmed Wilken. We'll just sim Ford as well. Pop out, go to the bottom half. Solo shot by Nootbaar. Single, fly out, and let him go again. Strikeout and stolen base and strikeout. That's it for Lord. Go to the fifth. New pitcher Elder. Fly out, single, fly out. Let Clifford sim this one. He doubles. There we go. 2 hits for him. It's an RBI. It's 4-1. Lyle hit by pitch. Young singles. It's 5-1. Cruz strikes out. New pitcher. Let's bring in. Go get one of our starters. Let's go with. Who do we want? Let's go with Parker. Get a line out, a ground out, strikeout. Now let's watch Brock Wilken against new pitcher, I'm sure, Andre Palante. And we're going to bat with him. See if we can get a base hit now with Wilken ourselves. Inside pitch, there we go. To fix his number as well, he's not going to wear 76. Wilken ahead in the count, 2-0. Here's the pitch, right down the middle, and we rip it down the right field line. Racing in and catch on the run, and that's going to be the first out. Baez out there in right field. Now we'll bat with Harry Ford, since we get to watch him hit a home run, see if I can hit one with him. On the middle, a little high. Watch out in the dugout. Now we're down in the count, 0-2. Nobody on, 1 out here in the 6th. And swing and miss on a slider. Late swing there, and let's It's 2 outs. All right, top of the order. Abrams singles. Steals second again. Garcia with a 2-run shot, his second of the day. My goodness. James Wood grounds out. And now we go to bottom of the 6th, and we're going back to the bullpen. Foolin's going to come in. Single, fielder's choice, double play, get out of that. Go to the 7th. Clifford will sim again. Facing Hunter Dobbins, grounds out. Lyle walks. Young flies out. Cruz pops out. Go to the bottom half, and we're going to go to the bullpen, and let's bring in Weissert for his first appearance and watch him. Sim him. So JC pinch hits, he pops out. Crooks pinch hits, he grounds out. Lofton grounds out. We go to the 8th, and let's pinch hit for Wilkin and bring in Martinez. Get to see him do something. Facing Quinn Matthews. Defensive sub. He triples. There we go. And we're going to pinch hit. We will bring in Ruiz now. And he gets a walk instead of a sac fly. And I'm going to pinch hit. Let's bring in Nunez. He strikes out. Pinch hit. Can we bring in somebody at second? Nope. All right. We'll go ahead and swing with Garcia. He doubles. So he's got 2 homers on a double today. It's 9-1. We'll pinch hit for Wood with Chaparro. He flies out. Clifford grounds out. Go to the bottom of the inning. Go to the bullpen. Casey comes in. Fly out. Strikeout. Fly out to the 9th. Got a left fielder. Let's bring in Hassel. Can you play left field? Yes. Hassel's going to come in. Facing Richard Fitz. Solo shot by Hassel. There we go. Young flies out. Cruz doubles. Martinez doubles. Ruiz grounds out. And Nunez strikes out. Bottom of the inning. Pitching change. We'll go to Beeks. Ground out. Ground out. Line out. And the Nationals win their first spring training game in a laugher, 11-1 against the Cardinals. Brad Lord with the win, Mize with the loss. Check out the box score. Abrams 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 runs. Garcia 4 for 5, single, a double, 2 home runs, 5 RBI. Clifford single and a double, a run and an RBI. Hassel with a pinch hit home run. Young 2 hits and a rib. Relvis Martinez 2 hits and a rib. Ford with a home run. We had 4 doubles, a triple, and 3 homers in that game. 2 steals. We only allowed 5 hits, only 1 hit after the 4th inning. I'd say that was a much better outcome than we saw last year at almost any point. And I was planning on showing you Roki Sazaki's debut, but I mistakenly didn't hit record. I'm sitting here giving play-by-play, and it wasn't recording at all, so I apologize. I will show you another game here in a second, but it was not a pretty debut for Sazaki. Let's get into here. We gave up 13 runs on 11 hits, 11 walks. It was a bloodbath. They hit 2, 4, 5 doubles, 2 home runs. Our side, Abrams a couple of hits, Lyle a couple of hits. And we had a lot of doubles. With Sazaki, 2 innings, 2 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, 4 wild pitches. That's not a typo. Gave up 5 runs. Griff McGarry and Mitchell Parker didn't do much better. They gave up 7 runs in 1 inning themselves. And we didn't shut them down until we started using our actual bullpen. So that was a god-awful, ugly game to watch. I'm actually glad you didn't get to see it. So we will bring you a different start from Roki Sazaki where you can actually watch him pitch. All right, we're going to try this one more time. We are at Philadelphia. Christopher Sanchez against Roki Sazaki. Not going to show you our batting. We're just going to show you Sazaki pitching and sim the rest. So you won't see a whole lot of action other than him pitching. And it might be eventful enough on its own. So I'm going to go ahead and sim all the hitting, and I'll see you in a second when the Phillies bat here in the bottom of the first. All right, first man Sazaki's going to face is Brandon Marsh. See if we can keep this ball in the strike zone today. Pitch right down the middle for a strike. Good start. Much better start than what I saw off camera. Marsh down 0-1. Here's the pitch, and swing and a miss. Strike 2. There we go. Much better start. So right away, Sazaki has him down in the count 0-2, looking to put him away. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be a tapper foul. Sazaki kicks and fires, and he hits him in the back. Man, his control is all over the place. And that'll bring in Bryce Harper now with 1 on and nobody out. Here's the first pitch to him, and it's past the catcher off the backstop. Pitcher picks it up on the third base line. Runner's going to go down to second base. I am going to make a change here. Give me 1 second. I'm putting Ruiz behind the plate. I want to know if this is Sasaki or if it's Harry Ford. But give me 1 second here. Hate to take him out without even batting, but we need to do an experiment here. So let's put the veteran catcher behind the plate and see if that helps. All right. Man on second, nobody out, 1-0 count. Here's the pitch to Bryce Harper, and it's a strike in the outside corner. Harper ahead in the count, 3-1. Schwarber on deck. Sasaki in trouble already, and it's a foul ball, so he runs that full. Count goes full on Harper, 1 on, nobody out. Bottom of the first. Here's the pitch, and it's low for ball 4, so Phillies are going to get their first 2 guys on. Now to bring in the ever-dangerous Kyle Schwarber. First pitch from Sasaki to him, and that's a strike on the outside corner. What he's done in the spring, still looking for his first home run. Schwarber down in the count, 1-2. 2-1 with nobody out here in the first. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a line shot off Clifford's glove. Can't find it. Throws to Sasaki, and he just gets the hitter at first base. So the Phillies have men at second and third now with 1 out as we see this replay. Actually, we're not going to see their lineup. Okay. Phillies will have men at second and third with 1 out for Trey Turner. First pitch to him, and that's low for a ball. Turner's numbers on the spring, not very good either. See if Roki can get him out here. He'll even give up a run just to get an out. Here's the pitch, and swing and a miss on the high fastball. There we go. Clutch strikeout there. Keeps that runner at third base. That'll bring in JT Realmuto now, second and third, and 2 out. If he can wiggle out of this jam. First pitch is strike right at the knees. See his numbers on the spring. And the 1-1 pitch to Realmuto. Swing and a miss on the ball that backed up on the inner corner. Now Sasaki 1 strike away of getting out of this jam. 1-2 count, 2 on, 2 out. Here's the pitch. And he fouls it off. Roki 1 pitch away from getting out of this jam. 2 on and 2 out. 1-2 count to Realmuto. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he strikes him out. There we go. That's what we brought him in for, that, not the wild pitches. And Sasaki dodges a bullet of his own making there. Time for the bats to get going. And we go to the bottom of the second. Bryson Stott leading off, and I'm going to pitch with him to see if I can control him a little bit better than the computer does. So let's see what we can do pitching ourselves. And he bunts that ball foul. You want to bunt? All right. I'm going to throw you a high fastball then. And he takes it for strike 2. There we go. Now we'll drop that splitter on the outside corner. Here's the pitch. And he gets him. There we go. Strike 3. Another K for Sasaki. That'll bring in Justin Crawford. Challenge him with a high fastball. There you go. Strike 1. Splitter down and away. Strike 2. Was more inside than out. We'll try it on the outside edge again. Better pitch, ground ball third base. Wilkins got it. Throw to first, and there we go. 2 quick outs. I think it's the CPU doesn't know how to pitch. That'll bring in Austin Hayes. First pitch to him is tapper foul. His numbers on the spring. 400 average of 6 ribs. If he likes this splitter down and in. And he got a little more of the middle of the plate. Young's going to race over and have that. So that was an easy inning. Not many pitches at all. Just needed me to hop in and pitch for him instead. We hold him to a 1-2-3 inning as it's still scoreless after 2. I'm going to pitch again. We're going to the bottom of the third. Willie Castro leading off. Go, splitter down and away. That means fastball up and in. That back. Mess him up and go fastball up and away. And takes it for a ball. Go back to the splitter down and away. Fouls that off. 1-2 count, going splitter down and away. Fouls it off. I get him with a fastball up and in. And that's going to be a shot into right center. Who the hell's playing? Someone get the ball. There we go. Didn't tell me who was playing the ball. Cruz, I thought he had it. Somehow finally gets it for the first out. All right, brings in Brandon Marsh. Challenge him with a high fastball. It's tie. Try a slider. Haven't thrown one of those yet. Go, get that in there for a strike. Go with the splitter down and away. Chased it. There we go. Now we come up and in with the fastball and strike him out. Oh, we got all of that. And Cruz on the run. He's going to have that. Doesn't tell me that the center fielders are chasing the ball. Unbelievable. Cruz having to bail me out. Now bring in Harper with nobody on and 2 outs. Oh, on the first pitch slider. Try him up and in with a fastball. There it is. Foul ball. Try that slider down and in one more time. Go. And splitter down and away. Battling. And fastball up and in. And to pop up to the catcher Ruiz. There we go. Another easy 1-2-3 inning despite my defensive woes in the outfield. That's going to be it for Sasaki. We're going to have somebody else come in. But, yeah, much better outcome when I pitched instead of the computer. And James Wood gets on the board with a solo shot to lead off the 4th. And the Nationals would hang on and win the game 3-1. Sasaki the win. Moises Chasse with the loss. And Fairbanks gets his second save. Check the box score. James Wood with that solo homer. Double by Lyle and Wilkin. Sasaki, 3 no-hit innings with 3 strikeouts and a walk. Much better when I was pitching than the computer. His 5th wild pitch, though. And Lucchese was the only one that gave up a run out of the pen. Great performance by the Nationals all the way around. And we may have to pitch more when Sasaki is on the mound during the regular season. And I want to see what Sasaki does in the quick sim. So this game right here against the Mets, we win 6-1. We scroll all the way down here. 4 innings, 5 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 2 Ks. And the most important thing, no wild pitches. So it must be, I don't know if it's an issue with Ford or Sasaki, but we'll have to figure that out quickly. And we wrap up spring training with a 12-16 record. Let's go in here and look at the final stats for these guys. Luis Garcia, 306. James Wood, 303 with 7 home runs, 16 ribs, 4 steals. Ryan Clifford, 293. That'll work. CJ, got to get that average up. Young, that's not bad. Brock Wilkin, 222, but he did hit 4 home runs. Lyle, 206. Chaparro, 255. Cruz, 143. That's not good. Harry Ford, 153. We'll be sending him back to AAA. Hassel hit 417. Nice to know that we have a younger outfielder that, it's funny, he's left-handed batter and he hits lefties better than righties, but he has a really good clutch, so might have to make him a backup outfielder on this team. Need to make that decision here just in a minute. Martinez hit 467, so he and Wilkin probably going to carry both those guys because Martinez can also play short and Wilkin can't do anything but play third. So that'll give us a backup shortstop there and give both guys a fair chance at the major league level. Pena didn't do a whole lot. He backs up second, short, and third. And Nunez just backs up second and short. I'll probably keep, we're probably going to send Pena to the minors and keep Nunez up. And Millis will be the backup catcher. And Kiebert only hit 059, but he didn't play a whole lot. We had Ford playing more. Pitching side, rookie Andrew Alvarez, great spring for him. 24 strikeouts, 25 innings, and 9 walks. Brad Lord, good Lord is what I should call him. Sasaki, 14 walks, 21 strikeouts. Knew he was going to walk a bunch of guys once we had the sim. But when I pitch with him, he pitches well. Cavalli had a disastrous spring, but he's still going to be in the rotation. DJ Hers was nothing great. Neither was anybody else down here. So it's going to be an open audition for that number 5 spot throughout the season. Bullpen side, Weissert 318 with an 094, Poulin 529, Granillo 270, Lucchese 450, Beeks 0, Kopech 4, Henry 0. These guys didn't pitch at all down here. And Varland, he's going back to the minors. Pete Fairbanks did exactly what we needed. 5 saves and an 096. That's why we paid him. Try and keep from losing games we don't need to lose. So, actually, I want to look at this top prospects. Top 100, we have Eli still at number 4. Ronnie Cameron, Guy we drafted with, I believe, the last pick of the draft is number 11. McVay, our first round pick, is number 12. Ullman, our second pick, is number 19. Remember, we only had one guy in like the top 50 or something like that. So we got a lot more prospects at the top now. That's good to see. So I'm going to set our rotation, our batting order, and our bench, reassign everybody down to the minor leagues, and get the AA and AAA rosters all set. Still kind of shocked that we got Roki Sasaki in that trade, and pleasantly surprised we got Ryan Clifford in the Rule 5. Now we can move into the regular season and see how we play with these guys on the roster. If you guys like the content, please like, subscribe, comment, share it out, hit that notification bell so you know when the opening day episode goes live. And you guys take care, go Nats, and I'll see you soon.